She thinks I'm a hero. She thinks I'm a hero, but I'm not. It's like, you know, she's like, oh my God, you saved my life. And I go, listen, you know, anyone would have done it, but man, just don't ever do that to me again. Do not ever scare me like that again. I never want to feel anything like that again. Yes, my name is Tim Geers. It's T-I-M-G-E-E-R-S. I am a cinematographer, a news cameraman, and an underwater photographer also. I also do some producing and editing. My news work happens in Boston. My underwater cinematography work happens all over the world. I travel all over the world for that. As a young boy, I used to watch the TV show Sea Hunt with Lloyd Bridges. I was fascinated by it. Every single week, he would do something exciting underwater. He was a scuba diver and I think a sheriff, a police officer in the Florida Keys. And every week he'd fight a bad guy underwater, or he'd find someone who had put a bomb somewhere underwater near a boat or something, some evil guy. And he would always find it. It would always be exciting. He'd chase the bad guys underwater. I watched that and I fell in love with it. I wanted to go underwater. A lot of people are scared about drowning, but I really don't ever think about that. That doesn't scare me. What scares me is getting lost and not knowing where I am when I'm underwater. And sometimes when you get down really deep, you can't see very far. And it's like walking around in a dark room and wondering where you are. And when that happens and you're really deep in the water, it gets very, very scary. I tell you, I never really get scared for myself, but when I see other people in trouble or get into dangerous situations, that really scares me. The scariest thing I've ever seen or I've ever experienced was I was shooting a TV show and the talent, the on-air talent, the star of the show, started to drown before we even got in the ocean. We just got to before we even got into the dive. She got to the front of the boat and I saw her disappear. And I didn't know where she went. And then her head popped back up and she said, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. And then I saw her head go underwater. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, I can't let her die on this scuba dive. I went down underneath, I saw her, just a glimpse of her, and I grabbed her shirt, and I just, with all my might, I pulled her back up and brought her head back up to the surface. And at that point, she was just spitting water, and I honestly thought she was going to die. It was so stressful. I was so scared that I used both hands to grab her and bring her up. And when I did that, my camera came off my arm and went down. I lost it. It went right down to the bottom of the ocean. I grabbed her, I brought her back to the back of the boat. I handed her up to a bunch of guys on the boat who brought her up on the boat, put her down flat on the thing and started pumping her lungs and giving her CPR. She was sputtering and they just wanted to make sure she was breathing. And I went back to the front of the boat and I was like, oh my God, I was so stressed out. I decided to go down and find my camera because I didn't know where it was on the bottom of the ocean. And I was so stressed out, my heart was racing. I went to the bottom of the ocean. And after circling around for about half an hour, I found my camera. And then I just sat there on the bottom of the ocean, trying to relax for another half an hour, just staring at the bottom of the ocean. It was really the most scared I've ever been. There's hand signals. So this is, I'm okay. This is, let's go up. This is, let's find the boat. This is, there's a shark behind you. There's all sorts of different stuff you do. This is the most important one though. That's, I'm out of air. And if a person comes up to you underwater and goes like this, yeah, you got to go to them quickly and give them your regulator so they don't drown. So unfortunately, Mary wasn't even underwater when she was drowning. She was at the surface. And that's pretty much where everyone does drown. They have problems on the surface and they end up drowning in like 5 feet of water. Usually people don't drown in 100 feet of water. So that's where the problems usually happen.
What's something that you say, this is literally the best day of my life doing this?
Probably going scuba diving and then having a beer. Every day I do that, it's the best day of my life. That's it. That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Oh my God.
That's a wrap.